Frank Saravelli, great hockey writer, covers the NHL beautifully. He does national work now. He wrote an article about how this is Connor McDavid's finest work yet this season. And I want to read a couple excerpts of what he said, and I want you guys to react to this. In a 6-year career that already includes 2 scoring titles, 2 Ted Lindsay Awards, and 1 Hart Trophy. If you don't know what those are, scoring titles are obvious. The Ted Lindsay Awards are basically the MVP of the league as voted on by the players. I think they call it the most outstanding player. And the Hart Trophy is the actual league MVP. This is McDavid's best season. He's already set the mark for most points in a shortened season with 74 points in 44 games. 74 and 44, pretty fucking absurd. 2 Hall of Famers, Lindros and Yager, set the previous high water mark with 70 points in 48. McDavid is the first player since the great Mario Lemieux in 2000-2001 to average at least 1.68 points per game over a season. Lemieux produced at 1.78 points per game that year. Lemieux's the best. I'll say it till the end of time. I love him. He's the best player of all time. That gives McDavid an outside shot to hit triple digits in points, which I don't think anyone thought anyone was going to do in a 56-game season. That's fucking absurd. He would need 26 points over his final 12 games to do it. I don't think that's unreasonable for the way he's playing and the way the division is set up, which is my next point. He makes no mention in this article about how the division is set up and that the Oilers are playing strictly only in the Canadian division against Canadian teams, and that only the Leafs and the Jets outside of that would actually qualify for the playoffs in a normal season. Montreal probably would not make it in a normal season, and we saw what's happened to Calgary. And I mean, let's face it, the bottom division is a dumpster fire. McDavid is lighting up these teams. The Senators, I mean, they're battling, but man, ultimately they stink. So like, obviously the numbers are eye-popping, but are you two as impressed with what's going on? And I'm not trying to knock Connor McDavid because he's an all-world talent, one of the best players in the game, one of the best players in the league, one of the best players the league has ever seen. But I don't know how high we hold him in this regard of, okay, well, he's playing against a bunch of shitty teams.
I mean, that's a tough take because at the end of the day, it's the NHL, right? Like, I don't care if the Canadian division's as bad as we've made it out to be. There's still whatever, an $80 million payroll in the NHL, whatever it is, right? And so I think anytime you discredit what anybody does at the professional level, regardless of who they're playing against, I think that's a tough take to take because, first of all, they're all at the pro level regardless. And I understand there's guys on teams that maybe wouldn't be starters on other teams or top 6 guys on other teams that have to be on the teams that they're on. I get that 100%, but still, they're at the NHL level. And what he's been able to accomplish, not only this year, but in his entire career. I mean, he's been a stud from the day he walked in, and now he's really putting it all together. And now he's putting the points up at a ridiculous pace right now. And if he gets to 100, this might be arguably the best season of all fucking time. Period. I mean,
so
you get to 100 points.
So you're saying, okay, there it is. Like it doesn't matter that the competition has changed in that fashion. It doesn't matter that he's playing however many sub 500 teams or what have you, or non-playoff teams.
Playing against fucking Matt Murray. We get it. But he's still putting up points at a ridiculous pace.
Gumpy.
Yeah, I'm with you, AQ. If you score fucking 100 points in 58 games, I don't care if it's against fucking 12-year-olds, man. Like, that's fucking electric. It's insane, dude. Like, those are insane numbers.